What's good, everybody? Welcome to another stream. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Hey, just a fun reminder, I do have a Discord server, so feel free to join that. No, don't end stream. I meant to share stream. Copy the link. Add everybody. It's a seal coming down from his magical tree. Anyways, did you guys know that this is good news? We can finally beat bees. Wait, actually, I would look up something funny. Is there one, please? Is there one? Nah, damn. He's not here. I can't do the thing. I can't say Mark. We can finally be bees. And be a bee. That's unfortunate. When are you streaming? Right now. Think, you're here, aren't you? You're watching the stream? Am I not streaming right now? Anyways, this is good news. We can finally be bees. This isn't your world, but we can be bees. You'll be a pet. Oh, you could hear the keyboard? Oh, dang. That is an unfortunate turn of events, my friend. Well, listen. Just listen. We can finally be bees. And that is the important part. The important part is that we can finally be bees. We can do what we were meant to do. Be bees. I'm gonna shut up about being bees now. But just know that this is good news. Mark, this is good news. We can finally be bees. This isn't your world, but we can finally be bees. You'll be a pet. A pet? A pet. You'll live for 30 years. We can finally be bees. Mark, this is good news. We can finally be bees. We can finally do what you're meant to do. Be bees. This is good news. Elite dodging. This isn't your world, but we can finally be bees. Oh, I have a Discord server, by the way. If you can, you should totally join. Just reminding you that this is good news and that we can finally be bees. Mark, this is good news. We can finally do what we were meant to do. Be bees. Oh, okay. Hi, Sneo. I feel embarrassed now. I feel stupid. You've never been in a stream before. But on an alternative note, we can finally be bees. let me know when me saying, Mark, this is good news, we can finally be bees gets annoying. Because I really enjoy saying it. But I can understand if it gets frustrating. Oh, we don't worry. We can talk about uh oh give me a second. Um Let me think about something to talk about other than the good news of us being bees. Um uh okay, well, it is good news. Yeah, no, I have nothing besides Mark. This is good news. We can finally be bees. Hello, Dung Defender. What's your idea? Give me a second. I'm in a boss. I will read chat in a quick sec. Okay. Spampton Neostats? You mean like his absurdly high defense, and no matter how much, even if you hack the game to like have the most damage, it still caps at a certain limit. Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. You can talk about anything you want, gang. I do not care. Oh, that's cool. Hello, monkey. Say hi to Sneo. No, what? Seriously? That's insane. I didn't think anyone could do as much damage as Papyrus. Well, that is certainly good news. You know what else is good news? We can finally be bees! This isn't your world, but we can be bees! You know, bitches can insta kill you on the blue minions. That's actually insane. Hey, I have a fun fact. I like this fun fact. You'll enjoy this fun fact too. So in the code of Deltarune, for each point of defense, it is you take 4 less hit points. But but if you have a resistance, so like a mannequin cat resistance, a star dark resistance, that's interesting. But like the dark mode, so like instead of like reducing it by like 4 or an amount greater than 4, it reduces all damage of that type taken by 50%, which is like why the Shadow Mantle is as good as it is. We can finally be beat. Mark, this is good news. Take your time, twin. Well, that's good news. You know what else is good news? We can finally be bees! Sorry, I just really like the fact that we can finally be bees. And how good the news is. In the Infinite Drought, when Santonio takes on five Snowgraves? Dang. That ignores two Snowgraves and three Ice Shocks. Damn. Oh, we're ranting about about Deltarune statistics. But I'm also really excited that we can finally be bees. And it's because it's good news. We can finally be bees. This isn't your world, but we can find out. This isn't our world, but we can finally be bees. Ah, that's cool. Doesn't that also imply that Noelle can like cast Snowgrave like a bajillion times faster than we normally see her cast it? Does that mean she could like cast an instant Snowgrave? Like, I don't like you. A cursed technique, Snowgrave. Well, okay, but have you seen how much damage the Roaring Knight does? And Spamton is and like if you think about it, all of the enemies in Deltarune just kind of stand there and take it. If you think about it, they don't like dodge, and as far as we know, they're not capable of dodging. Yeah. So like realistically, because neither of them are capable of dodging, it's just whoever can attack first. And I have the feeling that the Roaring Knight is a bit faster than Spamton. And also, the amount of damage you also got to take into consideration that that's Snowgrave, Spamton Dio, and and via that logic, like I feel like at that same token, I don't think that he would be able to kill him. I genuinely, unless Spamton activates defense mode, they're both kind of stuck at an impasse, I guess. What? Where do I kept forgetting? Defense mode is at the end, yeah. Enlighten me, Sneo. Okay. But we also have to take into consideration. Okay, but we also have to take in consideration the fact that Darkners, I'm pretty sure, because if we think about it, if Ralsei, Susie, and Chris were all had zero armor, and they had an attack, I'm pretty sure in the game's code, Ralsei takes more damage. Yeah, but like, and that's with most Darkners though. So I'm pretty sure that most Darkners take more damage, and it's also pretty much confirmed that we basically both know that the Roaring Knight is a Lightner. And in thinking about that, and the fact that Spamton wouldn't have the Shadow Mantle, and the fact that you in one attack, if because the Darkners just stand there and take it, and every single like bullet projectile is one individual attack, and so because like you can get hit by different projectiles over and over again, and you like in each time you get hit, it takes away HP, so it's not one collective attack. The Roaring Knight could like do its like ult or the thing it did in Chapter 4 on Spamton over and over and over again, because because it would keep spamming it, and it wasn't like a collective, and it wasn't okay. But like at the same token, so is the Roaring Knight. We see the Roaring Knight dodge Undying Spears. So, and I'm pretty sure that Spamton's not faster than the Roaring Knight. So if the Roaring Knight is able to evade the attacks, 1, and 2, if the Roaring Knight is able to, and the Roaring Knight can attack fast and like can like do fast individual bullets, which like there are definitely like attacks. Yeah, but like I'm saying, even if Spamton entered his defense mode, if the Roaring Knight did it fast enough, because obviously the Roaring Knight outspeeds Spamton, I feel like it wouldn't matter, because so long as the Roaring Knight gets a good enough amount of hits on him, even if he's defense mode, and even if he like dodges, which the Roaring Knight was able to dodge a Lightner's attack. Well, actually no, so can Spamton. Scratch that. But I still feel like at the end of the day, because if you do an absurd amount of damage to defense Spamton Neo in one go, it caps it. But like if you do a ton of individual damage, like the Roaring Knight does in their attacks, then it doesn't hit that. It can hit that cap over and over again, but it's still doing the maximum. Okay, but you also forgetting to consider that Spamton only went up against one person. Spamton Neo, like at his peak that we saw in the Snowgrave, only went against Chris. If he was going up against all three, it'd be a completely different story, regardless of defense mode or not. So the whole like, oh, they were only really going up against 2 people is invalid, because Spamton at his strongest was still defeated by Chris, 1, and 2, it was only 1 person. Yeah, sorry, 2. So like that idea, but like at the same time, it's not a valid argument. Like at the end of the day, if we're going by strictly game attacks and how the game system works, and how Spamton, and how like if you add up all of these factors and you use the game's code, the Roaring Knight, with the damage that the Roaring Knight does to a shadow mantle-less like enemy, it's gonna hit that cap every time, and it's gonna be constant. So by the time if the Roaring just spammed its ult like over and over again, that's because he activated defense mode. But like he still died. I mean, that depends on how good the player is. That entirely depends on the player's abilities. If you can no hit and enrage Spamton Snowgrave, Spamton Neo in defense mode, you're still perfectly fine. But that's because, okay, if you got hit by if you got hit by a ton of projectiles at once compared to one constant damage, sure, the huge amount of damage at once would kill you faster, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna die either way. Like if I nuke you, you're gonna die in one hit, but if I stab you a ton of times, you're still gonna die. Spamton has always had strings. Spamton Neo is default controlled. Spamton Neo not controlled is just dead. Oh, you're talking about Chris. But Chris was controlled in that fight. That's the thing. So if we're using the versus Chris thing and we use that ability, like there's a ton of different cannons, whether Spamton died or not. It's your own head. Whether Chris is going to die, it's your own. It's your own head cannon. Whether Chris was able to dodge or not. Yeah. Doesn't the nuke create like a ton of light though, and wouldn't that just eradicate everything? Not to mention that if you just cut his strings, you die. Wait a second. What is this argument? All that a Roaring Knight has to do is cut Spamton's strings and he's dead. And it's not like we haven't seen the Knight do a ton of slashes in one attack before. Of course Chris was controlled by a sweaty gamer. Why wouldn't they be? We're not talking about Chris. We're talking about Chris when Chris was controlled. Yeah. Okay. So your argument is out of the window because because there's two ways to defeat Spamton Neo, and one of them's a whole lot easier than the other. Yeah. Okay. I cast the Roaring Knight does that one huge cutting attack again. Like not valid. Wrong. Cancelled. Shut the fuck up, Eternal Emilita. In what way? Okay, if something is directly above me, his wings don't bend like that. And even if they did, we don't know how high his strings go. We have no clue how high his strings go. You can't make that argument because his string, because like they keep going up through the screen. Has moved, not can move. And extremely high speeds compared to the instant slashes the Roaring Knight can do isn't even close. They grow far. No, they don't. But literally, anyone with a weapon, anyone with that's fast enough and can cut something can beat Spamton Neo, no matter how strong he is. The whole Spamton Neo is too strong argument doesn't really work when you think about that like that. Okay, so you're trying to compare instantaneous with you're trying to compare 60 miles per hour with near instant slashes. That's not comparable. Yeah, so can the Roaring Knight. Like the Roaring Knight is faster than Spamton Neo. It doesn't matter how you put it. The Roaring Knight is still going to be in. It's like if you look up the pixels, the Roaring Knight is faster than Spamton Neo. 60 miles per hour is basically nothing compared to what the Roaring Knight can do. Like your argument doesn't work here. Yes, definitely can. Definitely can go faster. That the Roaring Knight. How do you tangle someone in something that they can easily cut? How do you manage that? If can I wrap you? Can I successfully, while you're fighting back, wrap you in some strings while you have scissors on you? Can I do that, Spam Sneo? Am I capable of doing that as a person? No, they're not. He calls them strings, not cables. Cables are metal, strings are not. This argument is invalid. I banged down the judge's hammer thingy. Yeah, where does it say that? Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Silly strings! How is silly strings valid? Sorry, Mom. I'll be right back. Hey, Mom. Sorry for being loud. Could I have some computer time? I'm in the middle of streaming. Okay. Welcome. I'm back. If they were strings, he would just fall apart instantly. Okay, but even then, okay, so, okay. If Chris, Susie, and Ralsei, mind you, Ralsei uses a scarf, can cut the strings on Spamton Neo, I think a sword made of literal, shadow crystals can cut his strings. Especially saying that a literal black shard, which part of the Roaring Knight's sword, is stronger than all of Spam. That is strong. Is Chris's strongest weapon. It's still not valid. Not to mention that Des is a Lightner, so Lightner plot armor. Lightner. Lightners are just naturally stronger. Now, if we were having this debate with, literally any other character, I think Spamton Neo solos literally anything else. I think Spamton Neo, with his speed feats, only being passed by the Roaring Knight, I think with his speed feats, he could pretty much solo anyone else. But I don't think, realistically, that Spamton can win against the Roaring Knight. It just doesn't make sense. Unless we get, a Spamton Neo rematch and he's moving at, supersonic speeds, I don't think it's a realistic comparison. But this was a fun debate. Also, I'm pretty sure if Spamton blocked enough of the Roaring Knight's attacks, that the Roaring Knight, that he would be forced to go into defense mode, and once Spamton Neo's in defense mode, he literally can't do anything except have high defense. But I do think that might also be wrong, so I'm not sure how believable that is. I know I probably was. I assumed that. I assumed that I was. No, no, he can't. No, no, he literally can't though. Spamton can win against literally everyone else. I will give you that. Except maybe a Titan. I think it would be a tie against a Titan. But like, that's only because they can heal through everything. I was Scrab, your stream is promoting terrorism. Now, what do you mean it's promoting terrorism? Oh, okay. Bro lost an argument. Bro lost an argument about ultimately, like, power scaling. Power scaling is so fun, though, unironically. He'll get defeated by Titan. No, I honestly think it would be a tie. I think that realistically, they're both pretty good contenders for who would win that. Because you need a soul to kill one. Oh yeah. Here we go. Pain and Suffering, the simulator. You should enable donating. If I had money, I would do it. If I hooked up an account, I think I need to be monetized for that. Okay, I beat Sealed Vessel first try though. I mean, Lost Kin first try, Lost Kin. Just keep that in mind. Did I? Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot I made him a mod. Thank you, Monkey. Monkey's goated. Anyways. It is. He's just joking. He would never do that to me. Yes. What do you need? it makes me laugh that his immediate, like, just, it makes me laugh that your immediate response to this, like, an argument is just terrorism. Objection! Your Honor, /J clearly means he wasn't being serious. Therefore, the prosecution's claim is invalid. Who is you have a song for me to play on stream? Should I be scared? Alright, I'll play it. I'll play it. I'll have to listen to it first, but I'll play it. Wee wee wah, wee wee wah. Hey, Dream Wheel Dance, nice. Hey, this is fire. A proper bop. It's called Evil Incarnate. W song. That's cool. I did. Did I not play it on stream? Did it not? Did it not like alter the sound produce the poster? Oh. That's peak. Did it not? Could you not hear it on stream? Probably. But I'm not monetized. If I'm not monetized, I don't have to worry about copyright. Would it suck if I got copyright struck? Yeah, but like, life goes on. An endless song. I did. It just didn't pop up on stream for some reason. Why did that not follow me? Okay, bye. Can you hear it now? Was that satisfactory? Has your tism been satiated? Perfect. Let's just listen to the original. Stronger than you, Abraham Lincoln response. Is this just gonna become a reacting to music stream? Like, what are we? Ow. Oh, that's Aura. Hey, this is actually not that bad. Oh, you want to hear my alarm? Oh boy, my alarm. Oh boy, I mean, it does go hard. Hmm? Oh no, it's very loud and obnoxious, and it goes off every 5 minutes. Oh, and a mask, another mask. That's nice. I'll let this play out and then we'll listen to my alarm. Is this not the OG? Oh, you're just saying the OG. Okay, I'm done. I love those. It does make me want to go on a killing spree. Okay, let's listen to my alarm. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest alarms.
University of Phoenix feels built for real life because it is. Some schools.
Safe to say, I listen to that. That wakes me up every day in the morning. Thank you, Christopher Larkin, for the absolute beauty that is the Holiday soundtrack. You don't understand the absolute panic that I feel every time I wake up and know that that if I don't turn that alarm off as soon as possible, it'll wake up the entire house. That is a panic like no other. I don't wanna. I wanna play my game. I wanna play my hee hee funny bug game. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. Yeah, no, that used to be my alarm. Which doctor? My ringtone is the Doctor Who, but which intro? Whoa, what a creature. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's because you're old enough to be a grandpa, Sneo. Alrighty. It's time to learn the music. It's time to make the notes. It's time to get things sorted on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, original Muppet Show. But I'm tired of this. I don't wanna. Fine, I'll do it. Fine, but it's not like I want to or anything. I'm tired. This is so all I'm doing. What's wrong with you? Don't say anything like I'm not talking about a grandpa, like I said. Why does that only cost 2? I don't remember. I don't remember that being so inexpensive. Yeah, I must have done something to this at some point. Well, what did I do here? When did I do all of this? I did not get any of these right. Are you satisfied now? Can we be? I want to see something. If I do this, right? I need to see something. I'm very curious. The radiance. Forgot about it. No, don't leave. I'll be so sad. But okay, you can leave. Bye bye. What else? actually doing that. Yeah, no, I figured I would play against the actually good against. EFN? What the heck does EFN stand for? I do not know. I don't know what EFN stands for. Why not? Am I not allowed to? What does it stand for? What does it stand for, Sneo? What does EFN stand for? Let's see if the muscle memory is active. Even the muscle memory is active, not kicking in. Even the muscle memory is active, not kicking in. I can play this on piano a bit. Maybe I go lucky. Please, muscle memory. Please, muscle memory, do not kill me now. Guys, I think muscle memory is gonna clutch up 1 second. Owie. Muscle memory gonna clutch up? Fuck, muscle memory didn't clutch up. Why? I don't wanna lock Monkey away. What did Monkey even do? Let's see how much I really hate myself today. Give me a second. I'm gonna walk into all parts of my brain. Pure vessel versus pure vessel. Here we go. Fuck you. Let's go, I clutched up. I don't want to lock Monkey away. The amount of times that I bought Pure Vessel is genuinely insane. I hate this man. I hate you, Pure Vessel. But I also love it, so just for that. Frozen game. Father versus son, indeed. That was fun. Drown yourself in the digital league. Then my keypad is ineffortless. Let's go! I beat it again. I love fighting with your vessel. It feels like it feels way easier than it was back then, and it makes me feel happy. Huh? Oh, nothing. No, you're not. I was received. Okay. Is it Bendy and the Devil scene? Why do you have to be like this? Alright, so what do we do now, gang? I don't want to play Hollow Knight for a bit. I'm done with Hollow Knight for today, so let's do something else. Anyone have any ideas? Anyone have any recommendations? I will do whatever right now. Anything would be actually, nope. I know what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do. Give me a second. I know exactly what I want to do. Alright, DM me that, and after stream I'll join you. Yeah. Water hog. Okay, good. I know it's good. I know how to fix my problem. Let me just. Only a attack I really struggle with. We'll go. Why am I dying to that? That is not usual for me. We're gonna let that die down. Oh, what am I? Why is that? Why was bro here? Why was it like that? Okay, that was weird. take a break. Yes, break, peak. Don't away the pie. That was a misclick. Here we go, gang. Well, that was that. No, actually, I can beat Sans first try pretty regularly. My average is beating Sans first try. The abnormal is 2 tries. Thanks for coming to stream, gang. Thanks for being here.